Hi, this is Bill from BilroCAD, doing the tutorial, still continuing on. The last tutorial I tried to plot out this particular drawing, and we found that we had changed everything by using HL settings to make the dotted line appear. And how I got that, I did actually go back and try alter those settings, and it came out like that. So that's fine, and the reason why that is because under HL settings you have got these selections. See, I had it on dashed, and if you do double short dash, then it seems to come out a lot better. But that's a bit rough and manky, but it's very, very nice because you don't have to update any views, whereas with the other system, this system here, which was done using the base method, but you have to update the view. See that when you click on it, it changes to update the view. There are a few nice little items on here. For instance, your detail. You can have escape that one there. You want a detail view. You can just race in there and click on there and click out there, and it's giving you a rough one there. But when it goes exit, it comes out rather nice. It's not a bad sort of a thing to have. The only thing that puzzles me is why I didn't put a dotted line around there. But maybe that's one of those things that you can edit that view. Smooth with border. There we are. Smooth with connection line. Wow, that's pretty fancy. That's not bad. And you just press OK on that. So that's what you can do. The other thing I noticed on there was that you can do a section. And my first one ended up upside down, but hopefully I'll get this one to come up the right way. And I think you click 2 points and see the arrows looking like it's going to go the right way. I did too many clicks there. So you pick a line, you pick there, you hit enter, and you hold a point down here, and that means it's going to be a good one. And when you go exit, your section magically appears, and what I found was really irritating is that you can't move it off to the right. It's locked into alignment on the original parent thing, and I couldn't unlock it until I realized that, well, properties might help. And then we have view alignment, and we choose broken, and so then we can drag that out over there, and it's a lot better. And also, if you wanted a more depth view, or less of a depth, you can have a slice. So that's only just showing you the actual physical section and not the background view. And I guess that's up to you, what you like to have. And of course, you probably can find that if you click on here, and like with the other one, you edit the view, you might be able to edge visibility. It's got a few other things there. You can change interference edges, tangent edges, and so on and so forth. So I cancel out of there. And then we have the old-fashioned way of doing things. And to do that, we switch to 3D modeling, Workspace. That means that we can go, if we have the Home tab, we've got Section Plane. This is the old-fashioned one, which I find rather good. and immediately I've done it wrong. That's because I'm not awake. Undo. Try again. Where's it gone? Section plane. I'll bring it out there. It's outside the model of it. See, it's done it right there. And now if we click on that, we can switch that to the other way, so it's looking that way. We can right click on it and so it's turn off activate sectioning, active sectioning, and we go out to the 2D block, okay, and then we come down to export at section settings, and I always like to make this cyan, which is my heavy color. Now I'm stepping away from the color by layer here. It doesn't seem to matter too much because these are just going to produce blocks. And the intersection fill, I quite like the color 8. It's a bit non-traditional to fill your thing with. Now here, AutoCAD has got a dumb default. And AutoCAD is full of dumb defaults, and that's one of them. Show your background lines, well yes, but don't show them in heavy, show them in white, which will come out a lighter color. Here's another one, cutaway geometry, hidden line. No, we don't want hidden lines. And curve tendency, no, we don't want them, no. And that's all happy, that's okay. And we go insert as a new block, and including blah blah blah, that's all fine. And we just go create. And it creates us a nice little block out there. So as you're putting a block in, it always asks for you to get the scale and all that sort of thing. So you hit enter 3 times and you get this lovely piece of work here. And to my mind, that's quite nice. You'll notice that that doesn't show the rest of this thing here. If you wanted to show that, you could choose boundary and whiz that on up to there, and you can update that. Generate section and replace the existing block, select the block and press that and create, and it's not looking very good, is it? It's sort of looking like it's gone backwards through, and it's looking the wrong way. Well, that might be because that's like that. This one here, volume. You would think that that would be the correct one. Probably produce the same damn view. Now it's going to produce a set of things there. I'm obviously doing something slightly wrong there. Back to plane and update, generate section. Well, okay. Now, I don't know whether that's a bug in AutoCAD. It just seems slightly logical to me. Also, you notice that I have been a naughty boy just down here because that is just slightly off, about 1 millimeter off the edge of that RHS there. Okay, well, I'm going to delete that and delete that, and just briefly go into, go back to our tutorial workspace. Now I'm going to delete that one, and just briefly show you rendering. First of all, you can have materials. So what you can do is create some layers and sensible layers. These are all layers that came in with, or a lot of them, came in with things that I've inserted. You have to say, well, it's just a pain in the neck. But I'm going to go ahead and create a few new layers, for instance, handrails. And I'll make the colour, that colour, ooh, what is that? Bright yellow, and so on. And I'll just go and do that, and then I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, we're back again now. I've given all these things like handrails, and that should be model front. That should be, if I isolate that layer, they don't. I have a command called isolate layer. You could always download such a thing. That there was supposed to be structure. So we've gone blue, that's fine. So we're all. So that's all looking nice. Now we're going to assign some materials to it. So we go up to Tools, Palettes, Materials Browser, and we need, at the moment we're in concrete, so, well, anything would do. Non-uniform warm grey, well, that sounds good. So you drag that up on top of there, and now we're going to get some plastic. I find plastic's quite a good place to go for something if you just want to colour, whereas paint, then there's hardly any of it around. There's only a few things in there. Now you want your nice yellow handrails, and you want, so that latex is going to go on here. So now we're going to go for metal, and we want standard metal plate. Plate, polished and hammered with a small pyramid mill. Polished diamond plate, that sounds pretty nice. That's what we call checker plate in New Zealand. And we would want some just plain old plate for the kick plate. So this plate's going to be for the floor plate. This one's going to be for the kick plate. Oh, for the floor plate, sorry. That's the floor plate and that's the kick plate. And that would probably just about do us. So how to get all those onto our different layers? Use a material attach command, and here's all our new layers that I created down here. So for your handrails, you want them yellow, and you want your latex to be your structure, and non-uniform warm grey for your concrete, and plate would be for your kick plate, and for your flooring, polished diamond plate. So that's all we need just for that. And as you can see, nothing seems to have happened. If we go realistic, something should show up. Now we're seeing that this is looking a bit stupid, isn't it? Really, it's dumb, isn't it? Okay, so no big deal there. We go back up to Tools, back into Palettes, down to Materials Browser, and that one, double click on there, and see our diamond plate scale. If we made that, say, 6, and see what happens with that. Try it out. It's a lot better than it was. So it's a bit fine now, but just shows you that you can change all those things. So the next session we're going to have a go at rendering this, and this is not a good idea.